Testing 1 2, testing 1 2.
All right.
Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. Testing 1 2, testing 1 2.
I'll let you know when it's done. Give me 5 minutes.
Testing for the marvelous director of
Call the meeting to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'll entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Say second.
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 Okay.
Okay, Frank, second.
Any discussion? Okay, seeing none, I'll call the question. All those in favor of the agenda as presented, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? All right, the agenda will, I'm sorry. Floor is now open for public comments. Seeing none, I'll close the floor for public comments. Moving to new business. Motion to appoint an interim general manager. Actually, let's move forward and then we'll open for discussion. Steve.
Okay. I move that the Ocean Pines Board of Directors appoint John Viola as general manager and to continue to leverage the current transition management team model. Purpose and effect. This appointment will serve to comply with the requirements of Section 9.06 of the bylaws that require that the Board of Directors appoint an individual to carry out the duties of the general manager on a temporary basis. Background. John brings a wealth of business, financial, and management experience to this role. John Viola also has a significant knowledge of the Ocean Pines Association, having served the association in various capacities over the last several years. Most recently and currently, John serves as chair of the Budget and Finance Advisory Committee. This is a voluntary, temporary appointment. It is very important that association members understand that John will not be a paid full-time IGM, or interim general manager, but will handle the critical activities as needed to maintain the continued functioning of the Ocean Pines. John will be supported in this role by the transition management team and the OPA staff, especially Michelle Bennett, Colby Phillips, and Stephen Phillips. John is a volunteer, unpaid, and temporary in this role.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second.
All right. Discussion.
So what I'm requesting of the board is that we have a meeting on Monday, preferably in the afternoon, to, I think it would be prudent to fine-tune, to bullet point, to get a complete understanding of deliverables and what's expected, as well as a communication to the community, the membership, so that there's a complete understanding on everybody of the role that the board is requesting. It's prudent to do that.
Understood. I have a question. Jeremy, we've invited you, by the way, Jeremy Tucker, our attorney, is on the phone as well, and we've invited you to make sure that if there's any questions regarding the proposed motion, that we're on solid ground from a legal and a governance document perspective. So, any thoughts?
Yes, just what I think I'd like to just sort of recommend just a friendly amendment to the motion to sort of track the specific language of the bylaws, which would, if the board approves appointing John as a temporary, as quote, you can't see my air quotes as I'm driving, as a temporary general manager, that the motion exactly track the language of the bylaws, which would be to appoint John Viola to assume the duties of a general manager on a temporary basis for a term to be determined by the Board of Directors in its sole discretion.
Okay. So as legal advice, I think from a Robert's Rules of Order perspective, I have to have a director make a friendly amendment to the motion.
I will offer a friendly amendment.
As
stated. Do you want me to reread it?
Yeah, could you please read it?
The friendly amendment would read as follows. I move to present John Viola an offer to assume the duties of the general manager on a temporary basis for a duration to be determined by the Board of Directors.
All right, and I'll second the motion. Any further discussion on it? All right, if not, I'll call the question. All those in favor of the friendly amendment, please signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? All right, record as follows. All right, now we're back to discussion on the regular motion. Any further discussion as we, now that the motion's been amended? All right, seeing none, I'll call the question. All those in favor of the
Well,
motion?
Doug, just one of the main points that we already discussed was as far as insurance, D&O insurance, and I believe that's all taken care of.
Yes.
That's a must.
Yeah, and it's important for full public disclosure, John will remain as treasurer of the organization and is covered by the D&O insurance that's offered to the directors and officers of the association.
It's key. And then as far as, I understand the temporary, but we'll discuss all that on Monday.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
Yeah, and the key
get it
point is
clear and that
temporary.
there's communication to the membership so everybody has an understanding of how this role will work. I understand from my standpoint, I believe what the board is looking for, and I can certainly deliver it, but let's just iron it out.
And that the TMT is still in place.
DMT is still in place. Any other discussion? Frank?
No.
Okay. All right, seeing no further discussion, I'll call the question. All those in favor of the motion as amended, please signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? The ayes have it, the motion carries. Thank you very much. I'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. All those in favor of adjourning, please signify by saying aye.
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 Thank you. Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you, Frank.
Thank you.
All right, guys, take care.
Take care.
All right, bye.
Bye.